Did you know that few directors have managed to carve out a legacy as influential and fiercely debated as Martin Scorsese? For over 5 decades, Scorsese has been at the forefront of American cinema, a filmmaker whose unmistakable style has not only defined the gangster genre, but also reshaped the very language of film. From the seedy underbelly of New York in Taxi Driver to the brutal, soul-searching world of Raging Bull and the mesmerizing rhythms of Goodfellas, Scorsese's films are as much a study in character and humanity as they are a masterclass in technical brilliance. So, before we jump into our 7 segments, a real quick ask that if you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, please take a second to hit that subscribe button now. It's one small click for you, but a huge deal for us. Thanks. Now, let's step into the world of Martin Scorsese, a filmmaker whose work is as multifaceted as it is unforgettable. Number 1. The formative years. Martin Scorsese's journey to becoming one of cinema's most revered auteurs began long before he ever set foot on a Hollywood lot. Born in 1942 in Queens, New York, Scorsese was raised amidst the gritty urban backdrop of a post-war New York that would later become the canvas for many of his films. His early life was steeped in the sounds and sights of a city in transition. Before he was a celebrated director, Scorsese was a cinephile who devoured every film he could get his hands on. In his youth, he spent countless hours watching classic films and exploring the art of storytelling. This passion was further nurtured when he attended NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, where he began to formalize his ideas about film. Yet, even as he studied under the academic rigors of film school, Scorsese's true education came from the streets of New York, the gritty, real-life experiences that would later lend authenticity to his films. It was during these formative years that Scorsese developed an acute sensitivity to the human condition. His early work as a TV critic and film scholar provided him with a broad perspective on the history of cinema, allowing him to absorb influences from a wide array of genres and styles. This eclectic background is evident in his debut feature, Who's That Knocking at My Door, in 1967, a raw exploration of youth and disillusionment that foreshadowed the complex character-driven narratives he would later perfect. His formative years were a crucible in which his unique vision was forged, a vision that continues to resonate with audiences around the world even today. Number 2. Emotional intensity and technical innovation. One of the defining hallmarks of Martin Scorsese's films is the way he combines emotional intensity with groundbreaking technical innovations. His ability to capture raw human emotion through innovative camera work and editing techniques is unparalleled. In films like Taxi Driver in 1976 and Raging Bull in 1980, Scorsese doesn't just tell a story, he plunges us into the psyche of his characters with relentless, almost painful clarity. Scorsese's technical prowess is evident in his use of long tracking shots that follow characters through the chaotic streets of New York, creating a sense of intimacy and immediacy. These uninterrupted takes not only immerse us in the environment but also mirror the internal journeys of his characters. For example, the iconic "You Talking to Me" scene in Taxi Driver is as much about the external world as it is about Travis Bickle's isolation and inner turmoil. The camera becomes a silent witness to his descent into madness, capturing every twitch, every grimace in painstaking detail. Beyond tracking shots, Scorsese's mastery of editing, often in collaboration with his longtime editor Thelma Schoonmaker, is legendary. His films flow with a rhythmic precision that allows moments of explosive violence to be intercut with reflective, slower-paced scenes. This balance creates a dynamic tension that keeps viewers on edge, never allowing the narrative to become static. In Raging Bull, the editing is so meticulously crafted that even the brutal boxing sequences are rendered with a poetic grace that belies their violence. Every cut, every zoom, every slow-motion sequence is designed to heighten the emotional impact and to underscore the thematic weight of his stories. Scorsese's technical innovations aren't just about aesthetics, they serve a narrative purpose as well. His frequent use of voiceover narration, for instance, adds a layer of introspection and raw honesty to his films. In Goodfellas in 1990, the voice of Henry Hill guides us through the chaotic, mesmerizing world of organized crime, making us complicit in his rise and inevitable fall. This technique transforms mere storytelling into an immersive experience where the audience is drawn into the character's inner thoughts and emotions. Scorsese's films are an exploration of the human condition told through a masterful visual language. Number 3. The power of characters. At the core of Martin Scorsese's filmmaking is an unparalleled ability to create characters that are as real and complex as the worlds they inhabit. Unlike many directors who rely heavily on plot twists or stylistic flourishes, Scorsese is driven by his characters, their dreams, their failures, and the raw, unfiltered emotions that propel them forward. From Leonardo DiCaprio in Shutter Island to Henry Hill in Goodfellas, Scorsese's protagonists are richly drawn, often flawed men whose struggles are depicted with brutal honesty. What makes Scorsese's characters so memorable is his empathetic approach to storytelling. He doesn't judge his characters. Instead, he invites the audience to understand their inner lives. This empathy is evident in every frame, from the way the camera lingers on a character's face to capturing a fleeting moment of vulnerability, to the painstaking detail with which he portrays their environment. In Raging Bull, Jake LaMotta's self-destruction is rendered with such raw, unflinching emotion that viewers are forced to confront the harsh realities of obsession and regret. Scorsese's films are, at their core, studies in the human condition, flawed, complex, and often tragic. Scorsese's casting choices have always been impeccable. He surrounds himself with actors who not only deliver powerful performances, but who also become indelible parts of his cinematic universe. Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Joe Pesci are just a few names that have become synonymous with Scorsese's work. Their performances are layered, nuanced, and utterly captivating, ensuring that even in the midst of chaos, the human element remains front and center. This focus on character-driven storytelling is a hallmark of Scorsese's work, and is what continues to draw audiences back film after film. Even his side characters, those seemingly peripheral figures who populate his films, are imbued with depth and personality. A brief glimpse at a conversation in The Departed or the tension-filled silences in Shutter Island reveals layers of backstory and emotion that elevate the overall narrative. In a way, Scorsese's films are a celebration of humanity, with all its flaws, complexities, and contradictions laid bare for us to witness. Number 4. Innovative cinematography. When you watch a Martin Scorsese film, you're not simply seeing a story unfold, you're witnessing a master at work who wields the camera like a paintbrush. Scorsese's films are renowned for their innovative cinematography, a signature style that has influenced generations of filmmakers. From the gritty streets of New York in Taxi Driver to the lavish, kinetic visuals of The Wolf of Wall Street, his command over the moving image is nothing short of extraordinary. Whether it's the frenetic pace of a mob hit or the somber reflections during a moment of personal crisis, the editing in Scorsese's films is both innovative and deeply integrated with the narrative. His use of slow motion, fast-paced montages, and even freeze frames are all deliberate choices that contribute to the overall texture of his films. Another hallmark of Scorsese's visual style is his dynamic use of the camera itself. His work often features daring angles, handheld shots, and close-ups that capture every nuance of his character's expressions. In Raging Bull, the visceral, almost brutal framing of Jake LaMotta's boxing matches not only emphasizes the physicality of the sport, but also reveals the raw vulnerability beneath the surface. Every tilt, every pan, every carefully composed shot is a study in visual storytelling, a language through which Scorsese communicates the unspoken emotions and complexities of his narrative. Scorsese's films are also a testament to his love for film history. He seamlessly incorporates nods to classic cinema, whether it's through the use of iconic music tracks, references to legendary film techniques, or the revival of old Hollywood glamour, in a manner that feels both fresh and reverent. His ability to merge these influences with his own modern sensibilities is a major part of what makes his cinematography so distinctive. In short, Scorsese's innovative use of cinematography transforms every film into a sensory experience. His mastery over the visual medium not only serves the story, but elevates it, creating moments that linger after the credits roll. It's this blend of technical expertise and artistic vision that cements his status as one of the greatest visual storytellers in modern cinema. Number 5. Thematic exploration. A central pillar of Scorsese's work is his unflinching exploration of themes like redemption, identity, and the corrosive nature of power. Throughout his illustrious career, Scorsese has tackled these weighty subjects with a blend of empathy, grit, and a relentless pursuit of truth. His films are not merely about the criminal underworld or the violent excesses of American society. They are, at their core, deeply human narratives that delve into the struggles and contradictions of the human spirit. In Taxi Driver, we witness Travis Bickle, a man adrift in a decaying urban landscape, whose descent into madness is as much a product of his internal demons as it is a response to a society on the brink of collapse. The film's relentless pace and brutal realism force us to confront uncomfortable truths about isolation, alienation, and the desperate search for meaning in a chaotic world. Similarly, in Raging Bull, the physical brutality of boxing becomes a metaphor for the inner torment of Jake LaMotta, a man whose relentless self-destruction is as inevitable as it is tragic. Scorsese's thematic exploration doesn't shy away from moral ambiguity. In Goodfellas, for instance, the allure of the criminal lifestyle is presented with a raw honesty that is both seductive and repulsive. The characters are flawed, their choices driven by a complex mix of ambition, loyalty, and desperation. This portrayal forces the audience to grapple the uncomfortable reality that even the most charismatic figures can be ensnared by their own vices. One of the most compelling aspects of Scorsese's work is his ability to find redemption in the midst of all this brutality. His films often center on characters who are caught between the desire for personal salvation and the inescapable pull of their darker instincts. Even when his films depict violence and corruption, there's always an undercurrent of hope, a belief that, despite the cost, redemption is always possible. Moreover, Scorsese's exploration of identity is a recurring theme that speaks directly to the complexities of modern life. His characters are rarely one-dimensional. They're tortured souls, struggling to reconcile their public personas with their inner truths. Whether it's the haunted introspection of a mobster in Casino or the existential crises faced by figures in Shutter Island, Scorsese's films challenge us to consider the price of power and the toll it takes on the human spirit. In essence, Scorsese's thematic preoccupations, redemption, identity, and the relentless pursuit of power are what gives his films their enduring emotional resonance. He doesn't offer easy answers or simple morality tales. Instead, he presents a universe where every victory is bittersweet, every triumph is tinged with loss, and every character is forced to confront the inherent cost of their own ambitions. It's this uncompromising exploration of the human condition that makes his work not only compelling, but also profoundly relatable and timeless, ensuring that his films remain reflections on the nature of life and art. Number 6. Collaborations and the art of performance. Behind every masterpiece of Scorsese's lies a team of collaborators who've helped bring his visions to life. Perhaps more than any other director, Scorsese is known for his ability to attract and nurture extraordinary talent, both in front of and behind the camera. His long-standing partnerships with actors like Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Joe Pesci have become legendary in their own right. Scorsese's rapport with his actors is a key element of his filmmaking. He has an uncanny ability to draw out nuanced and powerful performances, creating characters that feel fully realized and deeply human. Scorsese's partnerships extend beyond actors and editors. His frequent use of recurring crew members, cinematographers, production designers, and composers who understand his vision create a cohesive aesthetic that runs through his filmography. These collaborations ensure that every film, regardless of its subject matter, carries the unmistakable stamp of Scorsese's vision. They allow him to experiment, to take risks, and push the boundaries of conventional filmmaking while maintaining a strong sense of continuity and personal style. In doing so, Scorsese reaffirms his status as a master storyteller, a director who understands that the magic of cinema lies in collaboration as much as it does in a singular vision. Number 7. Legacy and cultural impact. Martin Scorsese's influence on modern cinema is as undeniable as it is far-reaching. Even as the film industry evolves, his work continues to resonate, inspiring countless directors and filmmakers around the globe. His films have redefined genres and also shaped the cultural landscape, making him arguably one of the most important auteurs of our time. Scorsese's legacy is built on a foundation of films that have become touchstones of American cinema. Beyond the immediate impact of his films, Scorsese's influence extends into the very fabric of the film industry itself. His dedication to preserving film history, evident in his work as a documentarian and his efforts in film preservation, underscores his belief in cinema as an art form. He has not only shaped the way films are made, but also the way they are appreciated, influencing generations of filmmakers who view his work as a masterclass in both technique and storytelling. Scorsese's films have sparked important conversations about themes, like what was mentioned earlier. His ability to balance gritty realism with artistic expression has led to a body of work that is as intellectually stimulating as it is viscerally powerful. His films continue to be referenced, parodied, and celebrated in popular culture, from quotes that have become part of everyday language to iconic scenes that are etched into the collective memory of every cinephile. From his gritty, raw beginnings in New York to the dazzling, innovative masterpieces that have defined modern cinema, Scorsese has proven time and time again that he is an auteur in the truest sense of the word. His films continue to captivate audiences and push the boundaries of storytelling. Despite criticisms and controversies, Scorsese remains one of the most influential and respected filmmakers in the history of cinema. His dedication to the craft, his unwavering passion for storytelling, and his constant drive to innovate have left an indelible mark on the industry. Whether you view him as a genius or simply as a consummate professional, there's no denying that his work has reshaped modern film and enriched our understanding of what cinema even can be. But hey, that's just our opinion. What do you think? Is Martin Scorsese a visionary whose films will continue to shape cinema, or is he just a master craftsman of gritty realism? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into Hollywood's most iconic auteurs. This video is made by movie fans, for movie fans.